Sometimes it would be nice to like be able to turn off my creativity. I get stuck in these, I don't necessarily know how to describe it, but like when I'm working on a project or have creative ideas, I work on it non-stop and I cannot relax. So what inspired me to make this video was just the past few days I got back into writing um, rap, well, all types of lyrics, rap and singing lyrics, and recording them. And so for the past few days, basically the entire day, I've been either writing lyrics or recording and editing vocals. And I've been doing that all day today at 7 p.m. And I've been doing that since I got up at like 7 a.m. And it's like I keep telling myself, hey, I'm gonna go relax now for an hour. Like at 12, it was noon, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go relax for 4 hours, and then come back at 4 p.m. and then I'm gonna work more on this stuff. Well, guess what? Shocker! I never took that break. I took that break for like 20 minutes, and then I came right back. And this is something that's like always been the case. I have so many examples of this. So, a few months ago, not even a few months, maybe 1 month ago or something, or maybe a little more, it was the same thing, but with making instrumentals. For like 5 days or something, I was completely stuck in this bind of making music. It was like all consuming my mind. I could never relax. I couldn't like chill and watch a funny TV show. Like my mind was always thinking about that music. And when I had the chance, when I was had the free time and was in my place, I would make music. You know, that's all I would do all day. Again, provided I had the options. Another thing I was working on earlier this year, I made some videos on it. It was the phenotype continuums and stuff like that. And yeah, when I was working on those, I was working on them again like all day. You know, whenever I had an opportunity, that's what I was doing. There was no relaxing. I mean, like when I do this shit, like I'm working through eye strains and headaches because it's like I'm looking at this screen all day. And again, like my brain won't let my mind relax when I'm in a creativity bout. Back in the day, like one of my most extreme examples, I have a couple. I made a website back in the day, many years ago, which doesn't exist now, but the purpose of the website was to help people learning English learn or improve their oral understanding in like legitimate English. So not like newscasts, not like TV shows, but like podcasts and real interviews and stuff like that. And so basically I would transcribe them. I would transcribe these long form audios. Sometimes they were, usually they'd be like 20, 30, 40 minutes long each. Sometimes they're shorter, sometimes they're longer. And then I would, any slang terms, colloquial terms, I would have a dictionary for that stuff so that they could click on it and like see exactly what it means, with no difficulty in finding what that term means in that context. And again, when I was working on this, I was working on this for over 10 hours a day, every free day I had. Like if it was a free day, I was working 10, 12 hours a day on it. I couldn't relax because if I tried to relax, I couldn't. My mind wouldn't let me. My mind was thinking about this stuff. It was like, what's the next thing I'm going to transcribe? What's this idea, that idea? Another example was many times I've made many courses for English and Spanish, and when I've made these courses, so I've worked on like general grammar courses, but also advanced phonology courses that I've made. Same thing. when I was working on them, I would work on them 10, 12 hours every day when that was a free day. And if it wasn't a free day, when I got home after work or whatever the responsibilities I was getting at, I would work on that shit until sleep, you know? And I would dream about that stuff. I would go to sleep thinking about it. But I guess it's a grass is greener on the other side type shit, because it's like, I mean, I do know how it is when I don't have any, when I'm not involved in any creative endeavors, you know, and it is very bliss. It is very relaxing, you know. It's very it's easy going, and I like it. But at the same time, I don't know, you know. Like, I guess this mind state, if you will, but it's not really a mind state, because I feel like a mind state is more of a conscious thing. Maybe we could call it like a proclivity, mental or emotional proclivity that I have. Obviously, has, you know, fueled me, forced me to do things that I do feel like are you know, big accomplishments for me, and have enabled me to like, you know, develop certain skills and stuff like that. There's other things I've worked on too. I don't know. Like, I was making my own facial averages across the entire world, and I was trying to be very, very specific, you know. And I made tons and tons of them, but it was like I had to force myself to stop, because it was like all day, every day, I'd be searching for faces and then combining them together and editing the facial averages, and I would try things like, oh, I can only do an hour a day, but it would never work, because my mind would be completely focused on that no matter what else I was doing. Again, it's I guess the struggle here, if we want to call it that, the struggle here, it has to do with not being able to relax and sleep and chill when I have certain creative endeavors or projects that I'm working on. Like, another time I was like really big into like crime statistics with like with very high resolution. So I would like find the internet for like data and statistics by neighborhoods, and, you know, finding this data, and then, you know, sorting the data, and then analyzing the data and making this and that and that. And when I was in this shit, you know, in that mode, again, I would go to sleep thinking about that shit. When I would be at work, I remember being at work, and like I would like take breaks just to like type shit out on like my iPod Touch, because I had that for notes, you know, the old iPod Touch, and I would like just type notes on there for ideas that I had or things I wanted to research on. I had so many ideas, and my brain would never shut off. It's like I wouldn't be able to sleep at night because all these ideas were coming to my mind, and doubts and qualms about the current shit I was doing, you know. I just get obsessive with shit, man. I don't know why. I don't pick that shit. It prevents me from relaxing in my life. So sometimes, like, I guess I get kind of nervous when a new creative idea spawns in me, man. Because it's like, fuck, now my life's gonna be taken over by this shit. Like, sometimes, man, I just like the times where I could just spend my free time biking around or skateboarding around, you know, fucking around like that outside, going to dance at places, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a festival that is the last day of today in the city I'm in, and it's a free festival, and I like to go, you know, go dance and stuff like that. But I only went. It's a festival that I guess was like 2 weeks long. I only went 2 days, and that was on the first week. But I haven't went any of the rest of the days because it's like I've been too occupied. Again, on the free nights, been too occupied with the current shit I'm working on, which is lyrics and vocals, man. And sometimes this shit stressed me so much, so fucking much. Like I said, can't sleep. And then always the doubts about like, is this even worth doing? Is this shit stupid? Is it even good? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what am I doing this for? Like, I dabbled with this idea, this philosophy that I called post purpose. In I was like learning to be content without goals and shit like that, without purpose, because it's like, so in that moment I was really feeling like, this is like several months ago, but I was really feeling like, fuck man, like having purpose only makes my life, my mental state more stressed. It fucks up my sleep, it fucks with my social life, it fucks with my mental health. And so, like, I would embrace whenever I had no purpose, no goals, no creative endeavors, because in that moment it was so, like, life was, I was able to relax, man. I'll be able to just, like, watch 3 movies in a row, and, like, just be able to chill and watch 3 movies in a row. Man, I can't fucking watch 10 minutes of a movie without my mind being flooded with ideas, and then within half an hour, I'm like, I gotta turn this shit off because I gotta go work on my shit now. Because there's a huge sense of like disquietude and uneasiness and stress and even panic sometimes when I have all these, like just ideas or I don't even, just like I said, I'll be watching a movie and I'll feel all this shit. And it's like the only way to alleviate that is to go and start working on my projects. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to catch a break a lot of times. And like I said, the only way I've been able to do that is to like force myself to not work on any of that shit for a while, and then eventually the purpose seems to go away. But at the same time, can't always win, can't always beat the purpose, Like right now, I can't beat the purpose. I enjoy the results when the shit's done, So, anyway, yeah, I just wanted to, I feel like, kind of like the dark side of creativity, maybe. I don't know.